And Russia is blaming Ukraine for another drone attack in Moscow. For the second time in 2 days, Russia says a drone hit the same government building in their capital. They claim to have shot down 2 other drones on the outskirts of Moscow. Ukraine has not commented on the attacks. A lot happening in Eastern Europe, so let's welcome NewsNation senior national security contributor, retired Air Force Lieutenant General Richard Newton. Thank you so much for being here.
Kelly, my pleasure. It's good to be with you as always.
Always great to see you. So, as you know, Ukraine doesn't usually confirm or deny attacks inside of Russia. What do you think is happening behind the scenes here?
Well, these drone attacks on the film you just produced. Actually, I've been there. That's near the business center of Moscow. It's west of the Kremlin, but nonetheless, it's a very busy financial district of Moscow. And the fact that there are drone attacks occurring not on a regular basis, but they're starting to increase their what I would call their operations tempo. Ukraine has not committed to the point where they're claiming responsibility, certainly from President Zelensky. But nonetheless, there are drone attacks going on inside of Moscow, and that's taken the conflict, if you will, outside of just the confines of Ukraine. So it's concerning in a number of ways, but certainly it's a surprise, and I think it's a concern for President Putin, who's trying to tell the Russian people and others that he's got control on the conflict. But if they're getting hit by drone attacks on a random basis, that's a whole different problem that he has to face.
Certainly, it tells a different story. So Ukraine was also hit by some drone attacks overnight, including one that damaged grain silos. A rocket strike recently hit Zelensky's hometown, killing several people, including a young girl there. Now, Russia claims it is repelling Ukraine's counteroffensive, as you mentioned, but Ukraine says it's making advances and that Russia is on the defense. What is your take from both sides?
Well, my take is concerning the counteroffensive now that Ukraine is engaging in. They're chipping away at the positions that Russia is very deeply dug in, particularly in the eastern part of Ukraine and the Donbass region. It's still slugging it out. It's still a very bloody contest. But think in terms of World War I, when you had deeply entrenched positions in that war, but now with Russia, with deeply 10 to 15 miles worth of positions that are mined and are very closely defended by the Russians. But nonetheless, the Ukrainians are starting to make inroads, especially with those cluster munitions that we provided them several weeks or so ago. But this is going to be a long war. It's a long war of attrition already. We're past 500 days, Kelly. It's going to be bloody and costly on both sides, but I believe that right now the slight edge goes to Ukraine.
All right, and that's certainly not news we want to hear, but certainly appreciate your take on that. As you know, Ukraine is preparing for a peace summit in Saudi Arabia. Russia's not taking part of that. Without both sides at the table, what can we reasonably expect from that meeting?
Well, Saudi Arabia is co-hosting or hosting this upcoming discussions. Ukraine is involved with shaping those discussions. I think what we're going to see here over the weekend is really an attempt by Ukraine and others to try to help frame future negotiations, Kelly. And so you've got a number of invited countries such as certainly the United States, United Kingdom, and so forth, and even India, Russia, and Brazil, or disregard, not Russia. But China and Brazil. But we'll see what happens over the weekend. The other aspect of this is that the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, is trying to now put himself in a position where he sees, or others will see him as a global leader and kind of raise the stature of the kingdom. But nonetheless, this is still a long road. But the focus right now is to underscore President Zelensky's peace plans, his initiatives, which have been in play for several months, which includes, Russia leave all of Ukraine territory, that they pay for the damages, and also these war atrocities, they come to bear and try to determine how they will be resolved. But it's part of framing, I think, for future negotiations.
All right. Lieutenant General Richard Newton, thank you for your insight as always.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.